Hello. Well, it is that it's close to 7. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of cleaning. Lately it's been I cooked a dinner tonight. I felt like cooking. I didn't have yesterday I cleaned. It took me a while to clean, and then when I came home I had food with me, so I didn't really care to, eat, make anything. And then today I really did cook on make a good meal. Homemade meatballs with the homemade sauce. It was delicious. Hi, John Christopher. Ah, so good to see you. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep a schedule, and I'm thinking of just taking one day off with me being laid off and utilizing going on here. So it's good night, John. Oh, greetings and salutations. So yeah, I'm I spent close to 2 hours exercising. I use something called Better Me, and it's an exercise app, and you can keep track of all your food and everything. And I have a lifetime membership. And what it is, it's a good app. I love it. Uh, I pay now for these things. It was like yoga for the face and intermediate yoga. Good Lord. And those are the two things I do. I do the face and then I do the intermediate yoga. And that alone is about 45 minutes. And then my 3 exercises that are given to me, different, things each day. I do that on top of it. So it's like an hour and 45 minutes because all the 3 exercises are about 20 minutes a piece. So I spent almost 2 hours exercising each time I do it. Yeah, so whew. So by the time dinner, I'm hungry. So how have you been? I've been thinking about you, and hopefully you're feeling, you know, how are you feeling? I need to hear stuff. Yep, and I'm so glad you can't see behind me because my cat's not there. He's right over here. Yeah. So I made myself a joint after coming back because one of my Aztec family members had a birthday. So they get, that's right, look at that. But I made myself one. And I order these. Where is that? See, I order these. That's what they come in, and they come in and it's like they hold the things are like this and you have them. Oh yeah. Yeah, cheers. So I dropped it off today, you know, so they could but yeah. And what I do is in the middle I usually put in you know, Keef, but what happened was I had ended up getting in the end. And oh, let me show you this. If you're like wanting to, if you're happen to be driving over at DVJ. So I went there, and this is 35 bucks for their shake, and it is really good. And it's 28 plus the shake is just it's how can I say this? It's not, it smells great, but it's, if you look at this, I don't know if you could see the combs on it, the keef on it is really good. So I buy this, and I get from grinding it. You don't really need to grind it, but I put it through the grinder because it catches the keef, and it's really good. So yeah, that's what I did yesterday. I drove and got that. I tried their gummies, their edible ones, and I think for gummies, the best place is a Source. I'm gonna be honest, they had the best deals is the gummies, because when my back was hurting me, I would go over there. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna go somewhere where I know that I can get something that's going to make my back feel good. You know, I can buy roll-ons and stuff like that. And this is really good too. I use this. This is homemade butter with cayenne, and it really works great. I hurt my knee. I fell on my knee, and it really took care of that. I was like, oh, so great. And of course the gummies help. Yeah, so I order these now online. I haven't been able to get them at the Source is where I first seen them, and that's where I started using them. And then the Source quit carrying them because I just go there and none, none, none. I'm like, oh, come on. So finally, looked it up on Amazon, and I've been ordering, and it's actually cheaper online because it's usually 2 1/4 or 2 and 15 cents. Well, I buy it online, and it's $2 per pack. So for each pack like this is $2. So for a 5 pack is it's $9.99 is what they're selling it as. So I buy 2 packs of them, and it usually lasts a while, you know. All right, let's light her up. Well, cheers to you, John. Here's to you. Look at that. So the one I made for my coworker, you know, he's like a brother. I'm like, yep, here you go, you know. He was just greasing the grill and stuff. His hands were, but we elbow bumped. Uh. So yeah, at my work, I'm kind of noted. This is what you get for your birthday. I consider it, you know, there you go. Yeah, I have. And um, I think that's the reason why I used to like going on the archaeological digs. And my dad had ways to put me on digs that were real digs, not the ones where you find grandpa going, hey, let's look at this. Let's go dig over here. Look, we found an old car. Oh, no, 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 no. I went on actual digs, yeah. And you'd smell weird things. You're like, wow, that's something I never smelled before. Yeah. Yes. It takes you to somewhere that you can't explain that only you would know. Yes. Oh, yeah. That's why I liked archaeology, the whole thing. It's, you haven't seen something in thousands of years, you know? Yeah. It's hard to explain to people because they look at you like, oh, you just want to become famous and stuff. And not all archaeologists want to become famous. It's for the experience. the once in a lifetime experience you're going to get as a person that is opening up something that hasn't been opened up in thousands of years. And there that this is how it's a time capsule. It's just hard to explain to people, but yeah, I get it. Exactly. um I pretty much had, uh I guess you can say, it's hard to explain this. I knew that it'd be a while before I'd get rid of my problem. So instead of just bettering myself and saying fuck you type thing, which I should have done, I lowered myself to his vibration and just went to sleep and ate myself to almost death. I mean, to be honest, yeah. I ate my I could, let's just put it this way, I can eat. I can really eat and just pack it in. And it was really weird. It was New Year's Eve, and I was listening to Coast, and they had this thing on 2012, and it was turning from 2011 to 2012. And people were saying how the world was going to end, and I called in, yeah. And they had this thing about meditation and stuff, so we all meditated and stuff. I fell asleep and I woke up and I'm like, well, I'm ready to get shit done now. I woke up like awake going, yep, my time is, I really was. My son said, would say, I got to take care of all this. I don't got that much time. I got, my time is getting closer or whatever. It was really weird. And my daughter walks by me and walks in the, her room was like adjacent for me, but she can see me like looking. There was like the way the mirror was, you could stand outside in the bathroom outside that, and I'm looking at myself going, God damn, I got fat. And then I'm doing this, and my daughter's watching me, and I'm like, yeah, honey. And she's like, yeah, mom. And it was for a while, every time I would do certain things, or I would find something my grandma sent me and I'd smell it and I remember her. My grandmother was a memory of roses. That was kind of her scent. I knew her perfume. My grandma told me, darling, you won't be able to afford my perfume. I go, I know, Grandma, but I can draw it. Windsong or something. It was like, it's still expensive. It's old lady perfume. That is expensive. That's what I always thought. Then my next door neighbor, she gave me hers, and I'm like, okay, I got perfume when my grandma runs out. That's what I thought. I didn't say nothing. She's like acting like this is some great perfume, and my friends are like, I had this. The perfume bottle itself was like ornate. I loved it. I used to, So anyway, a friend of mine comes over and she tells me that this perfume's expensive. And I ask her why. It's perfume. She goes, it's made in France. And I looked on it. Sure enough, it was made in France. And yes, anything from there. I was like, oh shit. But I found out my grandmother and I had the same thing. That's the reason why I use perfume. Is because we have an allergic reaction if we use like this is my favorite thing. It's just Victoria's Secret love spell. Well, The body spray is great. I could put it over uh, my hair and on my pants and shirt, but if I put it on my body, a lot of times I will be walking around itching throughout the day because it's just the alcohol content that's in there. It dries my skin. Weird. So most of my stuff is perfume. I gotta blame my grandma. Gotta love her. Well, like if you're meditating and thinking about it, because I had a coworker say, because I know stuff about the spiritual world. If you're like a ghost hunter or whatever, I know older terms and understand it fine. But when it comes to, I said, I come from a family where we are healers. And that was the argument my dad and I had when he wanted me to go into a government, to work for the government. And we argued about it because I didn't think, and it still is up there in the air, but I didn't care for it. It's a long story. I'm not going to get into it on here. But if we were to talk on the phone, I would be able to give you more of a backstory. But when you meditate, you can open your mind, your along with what your doctor says on anything that you're going through with your cancer. Go with what your doctor says, but use extra stuff on top of it. Watch comedies, laugh a lot, think positive things each day. Think that your cancer is disappearing. Every day, my cancer is disappearing. Every day. Use positive affirmations on top of what your doctor is prescribing. Okay? Because that is important to listen to your doctor during this. Because I don't go and say about the woo-woos and stuff because I don't want people to say I'm telling you to turn your back from a doctor. No, no, no. Do on top of the stuff. Yeah, I'm into that. Our mind is so powerful. We are just figuring out. Oh, this is what I want to show people here. Let me get. All right. Now, I'm always thinking of positivity and stuff like that. And you see the commercials where the girl's got like her teeth is just all rotten and she says she doesn't want to pull them and she wants to save them and to use this. Well, I opened it up on the bottom, and this is what you get. Now, I'm going to be honest, I am going to have to order some teeth stuff because it would be even more concentrated. Now, the thing with this, with the nano hydroplating, it's supposed to regrow your teeth. Now, with this, they tell you to brush your teeth and stuff. You don't brush your teeth with this. I don't think they really understand, maybe it just, you know, uh, it's the same when you use, I have the toothpaste. Yeah, I spent $10 on a toothpaste that has pretty much this in it. And it tells you that when you spit out, you don't rinse the water with it because when you sleep, your teeth will start healing. And I used it the first 2 weeks. I didn't notice nothing. And then boom, I started feeling my teeth are healing. I'm not aching. I'm like, this shit's the thing. So when I seen this, okay, I went on Amazon and found it cheaper. And it's the same company. The same company is selling on Amazon. And they show it like they're putting it on the tooth or whatever. What you want to do is use those teeth trays, and I'd use it. I use mine a half an hour. You know, it matters how much you need it, is my feeling. But I'm not paid or anything. I'm just saying, hey, I found this. You should try it. So I'm always, yeah, pouring into myself. I haven't heard from, well, it hasn't even been a week, but for schooling and stuff, so I'm like waiting on that. Yeah. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Yeah, and I've been praying for you, John. I have. Now every day I pray for everybody. I try to get that. I ground myself and meditate. You know, I do that, and then I pray for everybody. Yeah, it's I guess I've been humbled by a lot of people are amazing. I just want to thank everybody. You see, management took, like, I think it was 18% off of every manager there took 18% of what they made so people at work could get raises. And so they could say, hey, we want to keep you. We're just going through a time. So then it's like, we got laid off recently this week, and I'm still like reeling from it. And I'm kind of bummed. But there's nothing I can do, you know. All I can do is pray. So I also got this. Now, you've seen the commercials, where the guy's talking about feeling sluggish and stuff. And I'm going to be honest, I thought it was kind of like a BS thing, and I'm like, I'm just going to get one. They said, buy two and you can almost get it free. Oh my God. And I'm like, whoo. So I bought it. And it's not that bad. I wouldn't put it in a whole bunch of water. It's more of it you got to taste. But to put two underneath, I put one on each side of my tongue, underneath my tongue. And I drink more water. And it's super liver. I figure, it's just, I felt a lot more energy. I'm able to get more stuff done without, well, actually, there's this real good coffee. It's Busto. I love it. That's the only one I buy at the store that I would consider, at a regular any store, because it's in almost every store, and it's made the same way it was when it was founded, pretty much. Busto. It's just a small little thing of coffee. That's what I use. It's amazing. That's what, John, that's what I'm hoping for, renewal and discovery. I am going to be tomorrow a better person than what I was, that I am right now today. You know? I mean, I I'm like amazed, I really am. But yeah. My cat is a little freakazoid. I wish I'll show you his girlfriend. He's right here. Look, he's got his little girlfriend. See, that's the blanket? That's his girlfriend. Yeah, they see you. Yes, every day, John. Oh, yes. My family is weird, though. My uncle is one of the nicest people, but he married a Karen, and she was one. The reason why, if you say, and I know people are saying this, they go, God bless you, and sometimes you'll see me laughing because that's exactly what his wife would say. You got to hear this, though. I have an adult son, all right? He's an adult person. He's honest and hardworking. So, this is back in Michigan. My son's about, I'm guessing, his late 20s, okay? She wanted him to leave the bathroom door open, like, hello, open, while he went to the bathroom. I said, Devin's like, she's afraid I'm going to steal something. And I go, I don't think so. I think she's a fucking freak. And my son goes, what do you mean? She was a fucking peeping Tom. Oh, yeah. And I talked about it on Facebook, and she does belong on Facebook. I said, some people expect other people to go to the bathroom with the door open because they're a freaking peeping Tom. And boy, yeah, she was mad at me for a couple weeks because everyone called her out. Oh, we're not even done with just using the bathroom. How about taking a shower and having crazy Karen wannabe banging on the door like you were killing somebody? Oh God. Yeah. My uncle just took it. I said, Jesus, you need to get a backbone. She left him, from what I heard, not left him, but put him in an old folks' home and kind of just like forgot about him. Because I got a phone call on the 20th, I didn't know. It was on the 24th or 5th that he called and left a message. He probably wanted to get information. I don't know. Because he wouldn't call me. I'm one of his so-called faves. I'm like, damn, I hate to see. I should have asked who he hated the most and see if he sucked their farts. Because, god dang. Yeah. So, yeah. He contacted me, and I heard that his wife and her kids all made it unanimous. Mind you, they're older than my kids. All right. So, to put it rightfully, they're in their 50s telling their mama what to do. And I heard my uncle was in an old folks' home. And I was blown away. They were giving up money because you can work with the state and take care of him in the same place, but you see, that's her kids. I have two cousins that I name on here as good male cousin and good female cousin. All right, that's all you know. I got a male and a female cousin. All right, and they're good people. Yeah, they do good financially because it's called going to fucking work and getting a career and not calling in all the time. Wink, wink, bad blurble cousin. Blurble meaning you blew up and it just didn't stop. He looks like John Denver that blew up. My grandma kept telling me, I don't want you, grandma. I said, give me your John Denver album. All right. I said, come over here. Let me take the little magnifying. And I took the magnifying glass and made it look all big and blurbbly. My grandma goes, oh my God, you're right. It really did. We did do that. She had the one of those magnifying ones that were like decent size, and I played with it because I did it before when she was gone. And she goes, "You've done that before." I go, "Oh, yes." I said, he just looked. I go, "Man, she'd been playing around. John Denver." So when she would come over, you know what music, Omega would put on? Yeah, I put on John Denver. My grandma never complained, but she always gave me the stink eye. So anyway, let's just put it this way. Oh, she was the Karen of the family, and my grandmother told me she never believed anything that she would tell my grandmother. She said, for someone who works for the church, lies a whole lot. And I go, "Well, Grandma, I went shopping with her. She's been stealing at Ross and over there." And oh, it was like I work for the church. The woman would go and leave, and she's like, "Whoop-a-doom, whoop-a-doom, whoop-a-doom." I was like floored. I was 12 going, "Whoa, wow." Oh, I was floored. I got home and I told my grandmother what went on. I told her that she got mad. I got a nice purse, and she got pissed off when I got in the car. She told me I was going to sell her my purse, and I said no. Boy, I told the Karen no, and it ruined her whole day. I told my grandmother, "I can't believe it. She did this and this and this." And then, mind you, I also had a friend with me who said the same thing as me separately. We didn't talk to each other. We didn't make up a story. We were just blown away because I seen my friend at Ross, and we were like talking. And as we're talking, we're following behind Zelda, and Zelda's like talking with people and looking around and throwing it in her bag. And we're like, so she told my grandmother the same story. Exactly. It was funny. So I didn't even remember or bring up my friend. So my grandmother said, "Omega, you don't have to go. No, you won't have to go with she called them Sticky Fingers." Yes. Their names were Sticky Fingers, and we would talk in front of them about Sticky Fingers, and we would just know. We'd say Sticky Fingers, and we wouldn't name numbers or anything. We'd just know if it was her or her two kids. Yeah. So, we would be in front of and Karen or Zelda would think that we were talking about my brother or somebody else, and all along here it is, she would be going, "Yeah, they shouldn't be stealing, because God's going to get them bad." And my grandmother would be like smirking because we would be talking right about her, about what my friends said, and friends' moms would say, "I've seen her. She did this, that, and whatnot." Man, we would be talking right in front of her, calling her Sticky Fingers. And it was great. Yeah, my grandmother pulled me aside and said, "Don't worry." She complains about anyone who isn't her kid and you're not sucking their farts. And I'm like, "Wow, I thought Dad made that up." "Oh, no." She goes, "That's my made up word." Along with, I think, called blurbles, which is another way my family calls fat cells. You start getting blurbles, you better start exercising. Because once those blurbles get out of hand, it's like harder to put those pants on, You're like stuffing, "Oh, geez, man, I got to lay on the couch and have all the kids lay on my stomach. And So I've been doing my exercises, and my stomach is getting down. And I am going to actually down the road, once I have more money or whatever, I already have talked with several different doctors who are plastic surgeons who said, yes, I'm a good candidate because, once they said, most of the time they don't do weight loss surgery, like say you have 50 more pounds to go. They said they like it when you reach your goal weight because you won't be coming back and spending even more money or complaining about, well, it's not fitting well, you finally lost all your weight. So, yeah. I just, figured they have this new place that says it's only 169. You just drive up the window, they go the other way. I'm just imagining. Hi, welcome to Las Vegas. That's right. Plastic surgeons, come on down. Hey, we even got drive up windows for those easy to do on for breast augmentations. That's right. If you just have one that's leaking and you just want to replace one, you just drive up the window. I'm just saying for funny. Oh God. Well, I heard, because especially in Clark County, they have people who are driven, so they have like drive up windows where you can get alcohol and stuff. I'm like margarita and the not pail, but it's like a carry on, like a thing. You can take a gallon or two of margarita. I'm like, whoa. Yeah. That's a bit too much though. My thing is the weed. It's always, I guess you can say, actually this has kept me out of trouble more than anything. Yeah. You see, my cat even agrees. Rah, right? Come over here. Why don't you say hi to everybody? Yeah, come here. Come here. Yeah, come on. Yeah. See? He's like a dog. He does come. Oh, he is so sweet. He is. He is a sweetie. Yes, you are. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I gotta hold. Come on, you're in the way. Yeah. My cat's licking me. He's like, yes, I love you. Yep. Okay. They're just knocking up stuff. Boom, 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 boom. See, where are we? All right. All right. I love you. You need to get off your perch there. This is usually where he sits, so he kind of goes, "Hey, he gets that way." Then he wants to play with the paws. Sometimes we go back and forth, and yeah, he's a good kid. Yeah, so the family knew, but I almost wanted to tell good gal cousin because we were closer than I was with my other male cousin because of course we're females, and she lives in oh, what's it called, Big Bear, and they commute. So I hope she's been safe and things are going okay, because they don't know how evil the other two are. So I've been praying for them too. Yeah. My cousins, and I keep their names out. They know who I am and they know what I'm talking about if I want, you know. The right people in my family know what I'm talking about and who I'm talking about. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, my discovery has been a real amazing discovering about myself. Today I found, well, let's just put it this way. I said, well, I'm going to clean. I have two drawers in the refrigerator that I put my stuff in because I don't have a refrigerator in here. Everyone, including even Rachel, has a refrigerator in the room. I'm the only one that doesn't, and I'm like getting peeved off, and I'm looking to get one. Yes, I am. I am not going to get left out. But right now I don't have the money for it. But if anyone wants to give Omega a free little fridge, please email me at omega2016 at icloud.com. Thank you. Yeah, I really do. Then I can take some of my stuff that I like. So I told Devin, see, I went shopping and I went over to Albertsons. No, I try to avoid Walmart. Albertsons is where I usually go unless I go, okay, there's some stuff I need to get and I have to go to Walmart. I'll get it all in one lump sum. So anyway, I'm in Albertsons and they got croissants. Oh, I love a croissant and coffee and I'm good. I'm like, I pick it apart and take my time eating it. See, the last time I got a croissant, I got the little baby ones. And I thought, it'll last longer. The inhaler, aka my son, I got one and he got the rest. And I said, oh, hell no. Mama going to change that. So this time there was 8 in the thing. I took 4 and put the thing off to the side, and I put his in a glass pie container, see through, and I said, there. I said, those are your 4. He goes, okay. He already ate 2. I still have 3 left, and he had 2 with the dinner that I made us. So yeah. And tomorrow I'm cooking 2 different chicken dinners so I can get them gone and done. And I've been just doing stuff like that, cooking for, my son will go, yeah, I'd rather have mom's cooking. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, I rather have this. And he'll sit and we'll talk, and it's nice. And I'm connecting with my son. It's usually it doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't happen every Friday, but it's nice when it does, when I'm able to talk with him. And I was talking and saying, yeah, I spent 2 hours, about 2 hours exercising. I spent close to an hour and 48 minutes. Come on, it was a 2 hour exercise session. But that's what I got to do, get myself and my metabolism, and so I don't have to, so I could go back down in size. Yes, because I feel that way. I'm starting to fit into my clothes that were getting tight, and I feel better about myself. And I'm glad that I have changed my hair color. If you notice, it's not as brazen. I had told my hairstylist I want the hair color of Jennifer Aniston. I said, give me her hair color. So she went and did her. Look at that. This is gorgeous. She did a really good job. So it's not like one color. It is a multitude, which means I can let it grow out longer. I can have it go 3 months before having, or, a couple months without really worrying about it looking bad. So I'm saving money. Like 3 months worth, yeah. So yeah. And I am so thankful for new people. I have a new person here. Welcome. Put a thumbs up and tell me what's going on in your neck of the woods, share. Usually I have comedy. We always have family members that are, you know, you got blurble. Well, I would say that entitled, yeah. Back then they didn't use the word entitled. We called it fart sucking. Them kids are just fart sucking out, man. They got hollow eyes. Their parents are just getting them big straws, just sucking. The kid's all hollow looking on his phone. So, yeah. Here's to you, John. May you be healed inside out. I happen to be talking to a coworker about my friend Angie Binkley, and she passed away. I didn't know. I um, that was the one main thing that had me thinking, wow, anyone that takes you away from family, anyone that tries to make out like your family's bad when they're not, and didn't want me to converse with friends that I grew up with. Angie was one. We had our first cigarette together. She stole cigarettes from her dad, and we were next door to my house. And my neighbor seen us run, and he told me, "I'm not going to tell your dad." I go ahead and tell him. I don't care. I did. He was like looking at me. And I'm visiting Holly, and I'm like, hey, let's go and look her up. So my son's with me, and I knock on her parents' door expecting them to give me an address to find her. And I was told my friend had passed away from cancer. And she had left behind her daughter. And I've always thought of her daughter. My friend Angie had a weight problem, excluding when she had cancer, is what her daughter said. She got real skinny. And her daughter said, "Oh, you're the infamous one." I go, yeah. The father would say, I joke about you being silly and stuff. And he goes, I heard about, he knew that I wasn't a dummy. But he said, yeah. I said, well, I'm a nerd. How was I? Hey, you know what they say in a Polish strip joint? Put it on, put it on. I can say that. I'm Polish. You're Polish, so we'll be good. German strip joint. I'm Dieter. How are you? This is a German strip joint. Yeah, yeah. I'm German too, so I can bullshit with that. Scottish and Irish can mess with that, and they got plenty of jokes. The Scottish and Irish, man, a lot of drinking jokes. How do you get a Scotsman to put up a light bulb? You have three of them. You got one to hold it in and the other two to drink to make the room spin around. I used to be a bartender, so I used to know a lot of decent jokes that were what you call PG, but were funny, you know? You didn't want to be too funny and you didn't want to, you know what I mean? Hi, Mobile Chin. My mind works a little bit slower when I have the weeds. It just does it. Tomorrow I'm going to be really cleaning. Yeah, boy. I'm going to be saying a prayer. Dear Lord, please let me have enough money to pay so I can get my cat fixed. He likes to pee places. And no, it's not the litter box. I got pretty litter. You go in it, you scoop the little turds. It's only one cat, and then you stir it. Really, that's pretty litter. And that's how I found out my cat wasn't getting enough. More or less is light blue. It means they have a urinary tract infection. It's from not having enough water in their diet because animals, especially cats, get their moisture from food. So if you give them wet food, they're good. But a lot of them, like him, I go and get extra, like little packet things, the little patty. But I also get him some stuff that you put on top of his, like after he licks the stuff off his can. I put stuff on top of there, and how can I say, I can notice the difference in his, how can I say, he he's healthier now. And I never knew that. I'm like, I don't know, I just, I thought, God, I bought him this cool thing. You plug it in and the water comes up and it's cold and you know, he looked at it like, nope. And I'm like, why is he's not getting enough water? And then I found out through watching a video that cats get their moisture from their food. And if most people don't know this, a lot of cats have UTIs that if they get enough water, they just heal. And he's been doing a lot better. But he still sprays. Oh, I gotta get him fixed. Oh, you're from Morocco. Well, welcome here. I am from over in a small town called Pahrump, hence the name Omegaforeverpahrump. And I have been here since I would say that it was November of 2015. We were living in this godforsaken place. Oh, it was horrible. Uh, the woman that lived there, she's off a second. She still runs the place. She's just as nasty as ever. Now she is, we have had people contact us because I've had a web page on there for Facebook for years, about, that address and stuff. And people have contacted us, like when I was still with my ex, and we would, this one time she said that she killed her, and this is not the first time, this is like the second person saying that she had hired this guy who drives a Camino and he's like just not well on the head, and he hurt an animal enough to where it eventually died. And this is the second person, like way back. this is 5 years ago, saying that, is it five? No, 6 years ago, that, she did this. And I'm like, for a person to do that, you got to be really freaking low to hurt somebody's animal. And yeah, I got to redo the page or something. It's more or less, I didn't spend time with the pages, and they, it's all good. I am smoking, well, two different ones. Um, but I had gotten DVJ shake. Now, what I do is I put it in my grinder, because I'm baby like that, but I do that, put it in a grinder. It's $35. This is black truffle mixed light half. Oh, mixed. It's a half ounce, and it's only $30. And it's 28, the THC. So, because that's what I remember they told me about that, was 28. So you can look it up online if you want to. But you also got this. That's what I am smoking. It's called Stiffy. I mean, Omega needs to watch her pennies. So last week, when I still thought I was, not going to be laid off or anything, I have an automatic order thing for my coffee, because it's easier for me to throw in some scoops of my protein coffee, cork it up, and then at work, I get a hot, fresh cup of coffee when I get to work. After I've worked a couple hours, get my first break, I get my first nice hot cup, and I love it. And I probably wouldn't have ordered the Javy. The other coffee, yes, it's got some great little perks. Javy doesn't give you any good perks. They just we give it to you. So, anyway, I got my coffee, and I get two different ones, and one is where you get the collagen and stuff. Yeah. I got it because I was getting, and I found out what happened. Folgers and all the other coffees that I used to drink, and I complain it's just heartburn. No, it's just crap coffee. And a lot of the stuff that says organic, oh, no, 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 no. You got to look at the whole fact. It might not be that organic, and it might be filled with pesticides in some cases. So the reason why a lot of this stuff gives me, heartburn, could be the fact that it's pesticide laden and stuff. So a lot of the stuff I drink now isn't. But I've been drinking this coffee that is really good. I'll show everybody tomorrow the coffee I drink, and it's really reasonable. It's like $10 for a little, a nice little thing. And for me, I just put it in a pre-made, cup thing. I live in a place called Pahrump. God dang, I can hear the washer all the way in here. You go boom, boom, boom. Oh, jeez. Whew. In the United States, it's away from everywhere. I guess that's where I can say I live in BFE. So, anyway, thank you. I try to be good. But yeah, you know, yeah, I really took it hard with my friend. And I came to a realization after that that you can't let somebody dictate your life. And it took, I think that's when I probably shut down. Yeah, it was a lot of things. And she was a good friend. I mean, we grew up together from fourth grade on into high school. You know. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Boy, that was weird. That was like, yeah, I really, yeah, Carrie, it's been, you know, I guess you can say I guess this is, uh, a way of being told, well, take it easy. Well, in a certain sense, I'm going to pour into myself, and I got a lot of stuff to, go through. What I want to do is clean up the bottom part of it. Well, clean everything. Oh, because I cleaned it up and my cat ramaged, made a mess. And then I got fed up and pissed off and it just sat there. So it's good to see you, Carrie. Yeah. And here we have, you have a nice day too. Mobile Con. That's the Mobile Con. I want to make a movie, not like Spaceballs, but with the idea of that director was amazing. He did some of the biggest money saving ideas for this movie. Spaceballs, especially Mel Brooks had said, you know that part where they're combing the sand, all right? That had no like where you have to get permits and all that. They went early in the morning, set up the stuff where they were filming, did that segment, filmed it, got in the truck and went boom. That's how they saved money. They didn't have to pay for permits and pay for this and to pay for that. By the time you get there, you know that, 5 minutes is $5,000 or more. No, they just figured out what the slowest day that they can do it and, just had that good luck that they weren't pulled over down the road. Hey, we got some people videoing this, because in most cases that what's would get you caught is somebody videoing it. Oh, the Sahara out here has a nice food. Yes, it does. Unless it's your neck of the woods. Well, I have gone over an hour, and my cat is wanting his perch back. So tomorrow I will be on at 7 o'clock. So check me out. Subscribe. Yeah, thank you. Thumbs up, and we will be making people laugh. Of course, my family always does something. Well, actually, it's not my family that's the drama. It's usually someone in my family that marries somebody, and they're usually neon maxing you dweebies. So we'll let you go, and we'll smoke more weed. Of course, yes, I got my weed. I got a shaker bag because I'm on a budget. So, you guys share, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Omega out.